Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to a new short series I'm going to be doing over the course of the summer, and then I'll follow it up in September with the other half, and there's a method to my madness. My number one tip right off the bat, you guys have heard it before, there are what I call a buying season and a selling season on eBay. Right off the bat, we are in smack dab in the middle of the buying season, which starts February 15th to September 15th. And the reason I say that is because this is the time right after the last of the holidays, that being Valentine's Day, that folks tend to use eBay as a tool to make some quick cash, to sell and get rid of some of their belongings that they no longer want to own and would like to make some money to either recover from the holidays or to prepare for possibly summer vacation activities. Either way, to make some money at the worst possible time for themselves, but great for us buyers and collectors and gamers and literally anything you want to buy on eBay. And I'm going to show a couple of examples over the course of the next couple of weeks as my orders start arriving. I've made a few purchases, and I'll continue to do so over the course of the summer. And then September 15th is when I will go into sell mode. I have things on eBay right now for sale, but I don't expect to sell any of them because my prices don't budge, and I don't make deals. I want what I want, and I'll wait until the cows come home to get those prices because I know what I want and I'm not going to budge because I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Now, that's the first tip, is when to buy right now. The hotter the weather gets, the lower the prices will go because it's getting closer to things, real actual summer vacation. Right now we're in spring, but summer vacation is going to come up. The kids are going to be home. Folks need to make some money to pay to entertain them, to keep them busy, to go on those trips, etc. So, like I said, as the season progresses from spring into summer, you'll notice that the prices will come down. And if you're looking for something, go ahead and do your watches and your saved searches and all that good stuff. But just know that unless you're looking for that one-of-a-kind item, there's always another one out there, and there's always someone willing to sell it for a little bit less, even if it's only $1 less. That's a buck. Okay. Now, I buy a lot of different things, mostly gaming stuff, but other things too. But the item we're going to talk about today is this Cryomech APC or ATAC. Want to be specific here. My boy would kill me if I wasn't otherwise. And it appears to be a 25 millimeter scale APC, ATAC, whatever. I really like the overall design of the vehicle. Reminds me of the carrier from the movie Aliens and other things. And when I'm finished with it, I've already dry fitted it and scaled it. It'll work with 28 mil. If it's a little cramped or small in scale, just remember, these are troopers. They're used to squeezing in like sardines. So now I already had a copy of this item. I've had it for a long time, and with things like this, I tell myself I'm not going to assemble it until I have a second one, so that when I'm in the mood, I can go and make a copy of it, with some resin and some dental plaster or something like that. It's a multi-part resin kit. Now, the tip here is the guy wanted $20 for shipping, and I'm like, well, I know right off the bat you can ship it for a lot less if you get rid of the box. And I'm going to show you a little comparison here. I had him send it in a flat rate priority box. It's a little bit, I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's a little bit, the box is bigger than the flat rate priority, the small flat rate priority box. These cost like $9 or so to ship. Comes with a tracking number. It's going to get there in 2 to 3 days, priority. And he was going to send it for $20 and not in a priority box. He might have slapped a priority label on it, but it was going to cost him close to $20 for that luxury just so I could get this, flimsy box shipped into another box. So I said, hey, can you ship it to me in one of these and just keep the box? I don't need the box. I just want all the contents of the box shipped in one of these boxes. So I got him to ship it to me for $10 instead of 20, right off the bat. It was a good price. It was $20 for the kit. Okay, that's pretty solid. Okay, and not just because of the fact that it's a solid resin piece. And here's the hull. And without the wheels glued on and whatnot, you can see that you could kind of fit people in there. Maybe squeeze down a little, whatever. Definitely not, Space Marines or something like that. But just to have something on the table, whether it's just something to hide behind or if it's an active model, and you're using it, for like wargaming or something like that. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little small for 28 mil, but I also have a crap ton of 25 mil miniatures, mostly Galacta, and well, not mostly Galacta, but Galacta 25 would be my go-to 25 millimeter miniatures that I'm going to use the most. I've got a lot of superheroes and Western and just all kinds of 25 mil stuff. Okay, there's the hull. Now the only problem I had is it has three. Well, it's supposed to have four metal pieces: an antenna, a hatch, a machine gun, and the coolest piece is this little radar. Not quite a dish, but a little radar piece, and it's not in the box. Okay, now am I gonna be bummed out a little? I'm gonna talk to him and see if he can find it, and I'm hoping he's gonna watch the video and go, oh yeah, I know where that piece is, and send it to me, because that is what I paid for, and I have one, so I could quite possibly reproduce this piece or make something similar. I'm not even sure where it goes on the model because it doesn't really show in the picture. I really can't see it. And I was talking to Bo. I'm not sure what paint scheme I'm going to go, but since I can make more later on down the road, because I'm pretty sure this kit is no longer in service, no longer being made by Cryomech, which makes some really good stuff. I have a couple other kits that I'm going to show off later on down the road as I get to them. And it's got this cool turret that I kind of want to make copies of this just because, can you see it with a little bit of glare? There you go. It's a nice little turret that I could use for a lot of different things. Maybe, a small spaceship or, whatever. And it goes on top, and then you pop the gun in, which is weird because the gun looks like if this turret is right here, there's this one part right here that I guess I can't really shoot there because I will do damage to the vehicle. Now, one thing I noticed, which was humorous, is my box, the one that I got a long time ago, decades ago, I filled it with these green styrofoam peanuts. Well, so did he. So, weird, Quantum, right? And right off the bat, that's the first thing I saw. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I got those. And it's got this piece. Oh, that's why. You pop the turret on top. And then, I guess, you're less in danger of shooting the vehicle. You put that little plug in there. That's cool. But the funny thing is I was looking at my kit before I got this one, and it came with 7 wheels. And so did this one. So I've got now 2 extra wheels, which is kind of cool. I don't know what I'll use them for. Maybe just as, scatter terrain, or maybe I'll take the extra 2 wheels and make a couple extra wheels and make another vehicle from scratch, because good wheels are actually kind of hard to make from scratch. You can get them from model kits and things like that, but you can never have too many wheels. So basically, my tip number 2 for this video is know your shipping and use the priority box thing I just showed you. If you can get your seller to take the box the items in and put it in a smaller priority box, you can save yourself either a lot of money, or you can get the free priority rate and tracking. Because once an item gets a tracking number, there's very little chance that it's going to end up in somebody else's box or on somebody else's porch or doorstep. I've almost never had that happen, and overall, you're going to save yourself some money and some time. And as we know, time is one of the most precious commodities on the planet, if not the most precious commodity. We only get a little bit of it. No matter how much you get, it's never enough. And not having to wait a week or 2 weeks for something like this to get into my hot little hands, it is a big deal. Now I'm going to talk to the guy who sent this to me and see if I can't get the radar dish piece. And if not, I'll just hit him with a negative. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I don't do that. I sell stuff too, and I make mistakes every once in a while, and I don't want it to come back and ricochet and boomerang and hit me with a bunch of negative karma for being a jerk. But I'll give him a fair chance to remedy the situation. But if you can get especially guys, if you're buying like bigger model kits, and unless you really want the box, you're going to end up paying more for that box. It's kind of like in the printing world, the boxes for games cost sometimes more than the contents of the box to print. So if you can get them to transfer all the components, all the items into a smaller box and just, toss the original box, you can save yourself a bunch of money on shipping. Like I said, I've got a lot of boxes already of things that, I just, sometimes I like to keep stuff in the box, the original box, but as time goes by, I'm like, I really need the space more than I need the pretty pictures on the box. Especially a good thing that would come to mind would be Games Workshop tank kits and things like that. They're always in oversized boxes, and I don't know why. And it would be better to put them in just a bag with a label on it and go, here you go. Would save them a ton of money, but that's never going to happen. They like to put their art and all that, which costs them a fortune. If you buy big model kits, trust me, 30 to 60% of the overall product is the dang box. And, they've already paid that. Why should you have to pay it again? Take a little time, write the seller a note, offer them, hey, can you put it in a smaller box and save me some, some time and some money. And, sometimes it'll pay off. Sometimes they're not willing to do that. Then go somewhere else. And that pretty much sums it up for my first 2 tips on buying on eBay. I know the first one you've heard me rattle on before, but this is a perfect example of the right buying time. I'm going to show you some more things that I picked up over the course of the next couple of months, and things I got some really good deals on. Why? Because it's not the holidays. The holidays will kick your butt on buying stuff. Buy it before. I get it when the holidays come, you've got to buy some stuff for your family, your friends, your loved ones. But if you can buy it before then and just hold on to it for, 4 or 6 months, you can save a lot of money. And let's face it, folks, money's getting tighter and tighter these days. So if you've got any tips of your own and you'd like to share with me and the rest of the guys out here and gals, who watch this show, put them in the comment section, and, I'll be sure to give you credit for it when I do my next tip video, which will probably be next week, because I'm waiting on some stuff and I doubt it's going to get here. And we'll talk about how we can speed that up, as well as how we can also save some more money on buying during the buying season on eBay. Until next time, guys, have a great week. It's only Monday. Enjoy the better weather, I'm going to say. I know some folks are still dealing with not so great weather, but get out there, get some gaming done. Don't spend too much time shopping, though, because I don't need the competition. But until next time, guys, love you. Hit those buttons and happy trails.